Hey guys, welcome back to my channel today. So for today's video, I have a review for you on a limited edition palette from BECCA. This one is the Blushed with Light palette, and this is the way that the box looks and the way that the palette looks. Dun dun dun, looks just like this. It is just so pretty. It does have like a metal, what is it, like a gunmetal color to it, and then it has some gold little specks on top, and the packaging is absolutely gorgeous. I did get their palette last year, which is the Afterglow palette. Looks just like this. So I'm going to show you some colors just in case you're wondering if they are similar, if you own the one from last year. Like I said, this one is limited edition, but if you want to know all the details for today's video, then go ahead and keep watching. So just a little information on where you can purchase it if you're interested in it. I did get mine at Ulta in stores, but you can also get it on the website, and you can also get it on Sephora. But like I said, it is limited edition, so once it's gone, it is gone. I bought mine for $34 plus tax and all that stuff. So it is pretty affordable. You are getting 3 shades from the BECCA line, and I don't own any of their single blushes or highlights or anything like that, but like I said at the beginning of the video, I do own the other palette, so I was very excited when I saw that they were coming out with one this year as well. So this one is paraben free and also sulfate free, and it does contain 3 blushes. One of them is matte and 2 are their like shimmery type, I don't know, they call it radiant glows or radiant blushes. So it does have 2 of those, and they give you that nice glow. And I'm gonna get to it in a little bit, but the very first time that I applied the blush, I was like, wow, it blends it out really nice. Okay, I have it kind of sideways just so that way it doesn't get the glare. Look at that, you see? So it does have a little plastic that comes inside with the names of them, but don't worry because you can get the names on the back, so you don't have to keep the little plastic. But these 2 are the best-selling blushes, one being Snapdragon, and then you also get Songbird, which is the peachy blush. And then you also get the palette exclusive blush, which is a matte one. This one is called Wisteria, which is just a very neutral tone. These are universally, like they're supposed to be universally flattering on every skin tone. So for me, I've tried all 3 already, and I love the way that they look. And like I said at the beginning of the video, I think I told you, or I commented, that the very first time that I applied it, it was so smooth and it was so easy to blend. I was surprised. Like, I barely applied it and it was easy for me to blend. So I do want to show you 2 colors. I kind of want to compare both of the palettes just because this one is one of my favorite palettes that I've used so much in my tutorials, in my videos. And I mainly use the highlights from here. So all the glowy shades, I've used these 2 as highlights, and then I use this one as a bronzer. Yes, I've applied that as a bronzer. It's a very glowy shade, and the ones that I use the least are the blushes. Now to me, it doesn't seem like a blush just because they're so tiny, so I think that's why I kind of ignore those most of the time. But these 2, I would say, if you look at it in a picture, you can kind of feel like maybe you're getting the same shades, but you're not. They're all different. This one does have 5, and yeah, both of those are mineral blushes. So I'm gonna go ahead and just swatch all 3 of the colors for you so that way you can take a look. So the matte one is gonna be the first one, which is the palette exclusive shade. So this one is the light pink shade. This one's the matte blush that you're gonna get from this palette. The other 2 are the shimmery ones, but this one is, I don't know, it's a very nice neutral tone that you can wear with pretty much any look. So this one is Songbird, and this one is just so nice and creamy. It is shimmery, but you can't see the shimmeriness on your face. I mean, you can see it, but it's more like a natural glow right on your blush, like right on your cheeks. It just looks really nice. I think that one is one of my favorites from this palette. The one that I'm wearing today though is the matte one because I did apply a little bit of highlight on top, so I didn't want to add too much glow for today's look, but I am wearing the matte one. So the first one, I got low battery, my battery turned off, or my camera turned off. But I was telling you that the one that I'm wearing right now is Wisteria. It's the matte one just because I applied highlight and I just wanted to keep it not so shimmery, but that's the one that I'm wearing, the one that's exclusive to the palette. But this one is a peachy tone, so it just goes good with a lot of colors, with a lot of tutorials, with the, not tutorials, for just any type of makeup look. It's the peachy tone, so especially in the summer, that one's gonna look really nice with more glow, just glow. But I still feel like this one would be a great blush to pair up with many eye looks and just give you that glow. Like I'm telling you, it gives you like a more like a natural glow. It's not so much as a shimmery, glittery type of blush. It's nothing like that. It looks very, very natural. That's why I love BECCA blushes, because I just feel that they nail it with the blush colors. All right, and this last one is the Corally shade. And this one you can see in the palette that looks more like whenever you look at it, the color kind of changes whenever you know, see it side to side, but it is a very pretty corally shade. And even though it's very, very bright, I feel like it still works with everyone as long as you apply it lightly, like say on my skin tone or anything lighter. As long as you apply it lightly, it blends out really, really easy. So I don't think you'll have a problem with this one at all. It's really nice. So I'm gonna try to give you a little bit of the glow that I'm seeing in person, but it is a very pretty coral blush. So these are the three colors side by side. I wanted you to take a look at all three of them so you can see the difference between them. And I've noticed that with these blushes, they just last your entire makeup day. You don't have to worry about them fading. You don't have to worry about them, you know, not showing up. Trust me, they are very, very pigmented, but not too much to where you have clown face or anything like that, which, well, I don't know, it doesn't look bad all the time. But if you don't want a lot of color, a lot of pigmentation, you just apply it very lightly. Like I said, it blends out really easily, but you will get a long-lasting color of whatever shade it is that you apply. So now I'm going to show you the colors that are in this palette that I feel maybe some people may feel like it's very similar. So I'm going to show you the swatches side by side. So the first two that I'm going to swatch for you are these on the edge, just because this one is the coral one, this one's the pink one, but I want to show you the swatches because they are very similar. They're similar whenever you apply them. Once they're on your face, they kind of look, you know, pretty much, I would say that you wouldn't be able to tell the difference between the two, but one is more corally, one is more pink. If you tell any makeup lover, they will tell you they are not the same shade, but either way, one is more corally, one is more pink. Okay, so this one on this side is Snapdragon, and they do look very similar. This one's Flower Child from the Afterglow palette, and I wanted you to see them side by side because I feel like if you're wearing them, then they'll pretty much look pretty close to the same shade, but again, they're not the same. All right, so the other two are the more peachy tones, which is this one and this one. I won't be comparing this one with anything because as you can see, there's nothing to compare it to. This one is exclusive for the palette, but the next two that I'm gonna swatch next to each other are these two. The one in the middle is Songbird, and this one is Wild Honey. So let's go ahead and just swatch those two colors. This one on the edge is Songbird, and this one is the one from the Afterglow palette, which is called, I can't ever remember, Wild Honey. I keep looking at so many names I can't even remember. These two, you can definitely tell the difference between them. They're both on the peachy side. They're very neutral tones, but this one is very different from the other one. So I did want to do the little comparison just in case you have both. If you don't, I still think, even if you do, I think it's definitely worth it. But if you don't, I would say get your hands on this BECCA palette just because the blushes are something that they're different from other blushes. Like, I know there's some smooth ones, there's some that are very buttery, but this is like both combined, plus you can blend them out really easily, and I really have used this palette up so much. I still have so much of it, even though the pans were like really, really small. This one's a lot bigger, and the price, I think it's definitely worth it for BECCA blushes. I feel like it's very, very creamy. Now, they are a little bit powdery. They're just really soft. It's kind of like the Lorac eyeshadows from their mega palettes or from just their regular pro palettes, that they're so creamy and buttery that they are pretty powdery. That's the same thing with this, so you are going to get that from it, but at the end of the day, you're getting the color that you want on your face. It's going to be long lasting, and they are very beautiful shades and easy to blend out. So I would recommend this palette, and I did want to show them both to you just so you can see the difference between the two shades that kind of look similar. And that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed the comparison and my little review, and I will see you on my next video. Bye.